In this lesson, we're going to look at how to respond to user events. We're going to use the pie chart that we created in previous lessons. And what we're interested in is when a user clicks on a slice in the pie chart, we'd like to display the value of that slice. So we're looking at the same shapes view that we had before, and we've added an override for the onTouch event, which carries an argument of motion event type. The motion event has an action property, which is of type motion event actions. And we'd like to look at the mouse down event. But let's take a look at the other actions that we can get from this property. We can get mouse down, mouse move, different pointers, and up. So if we were interested in handling a mouse move event, we would track the mouse down, the mouse move, and the up action. For example, we might want to explode a slice. In that case, we would start with the mouse down event to start the action, and as the user moved the mouse, drag the slice out following the user's cursor, and when we got the up action, we would stop the drag. In this case, we're going to call our mouse down method, passing in the motion event. And the motion event has a couple of methods for getting the x and y coordinates of where the mouse was down at the time. And what we're interested in is what slice did the user touch. So using those coordinates, we create a point F, and we take a look first to see if it's within the radius of the pie chart. So we just call a little helper method called getLength, which is some basic geometry, to get the length from the center point. We're then going to get the angle of the point, and again, a little helper method with a little bit more interesting geometry to get the angle. I suppose an arctangent would be trigonometry. So now that we have the angle, we go through the different values, calculate their sweep angles, and as we go along we add them up. And for each one of them, if the angle of the point where the user has touched is less than the sweep angle, then that's the slice index that they have touched, and we break the loop. Otherwise, we continue on to the next slice and we add its sweep value to our total sweep, and again we check the angle. So finally, if our slice index is greater than -1, in other words we found the slice that they've tapped, we'll do a little toast message. So really, handling the mouse event was pretty easy. It was just actually the geometry and trigonometry that was slightly more interesting in this case. So we'll run that. And here's our pie chart. So I'm going to click in that first slice, and you can see I get a slice value of 10 shown up in the toast message. If I click in the second, I get my 20. Third shows me 30. And the fourth shows me 40. If I click outside the pie, nothing happens because I did a radius check. So that's how to respond to user events. Basically, you just use that onTouch override. So at this point we have a fairly functional pie chart. But there's one thing that we've overlooked in terms of performance, and we'll take a look at that in the next lesson.